Hello and welcome back to Coxie's Picks part 2 of making a custom Clejuso rigid. This design was done by the bondage engineer, and as you can see it does turn a hinged cuff into a rigid. Now if you watched last time you saw us print out some parts, and this time we were going to clean them and polish them and everything up. Well, I went away for a business trip and everything changed. The design is now on version 2.5 rather than 2.1. And as you can see, we've got an additional screw hole. Well, what's that for? Well, this was after discussing the options with it, so that now you don't have to drill. So on this one you have to drill the cuff. If I hold this over the top, so you can see that we have to drill that rivet, that one and that one to allow the cover to fit. Well, now you've got the option to not drill. So let's compare. So we put the cover in. So first off, we got it lined up the correct way round, like so. And as you can see, we've now got the two holes central and a third one there. Now I've printed this with 100% infill, which means that it's actually very rigid, right? And as you can see, the cuff goes over. Now you've still got the option with this particular design to drill and apply your rivets there and through. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to use M3 16 bolts and we're going to drive them through. Now the holes on this are slightly smaller, which allows us to cut a thread. So what we're going to do is we're going to be driving this through, cutting a thread from top to bottom, right? And on the other side we're going to be using the nut. If I don't drop it everywhere, we're going to use the nut, and that's going to actually force it into place into the hole, which is just the right size. So what I'll do is, for ease of everything, is I'll speed this point up. Right, apologies, I was going to show you the whole process from start to finish, but I had some massive snags getting these in. So what I had to do in the end was I had to use, instead of the M316, I used an M320, went through further, threaded on the nut, and then hammered it home so that I was able to push it through. So we've only got the 3 screws in compared to the previous iteration of 6, but as you can see we've still got the option to, should we want to, we can drill the rivets like so. So how does it affect performance? Well, as you can see, applying a force, the line stays good on this one. So let's compare notes. Right, apply a force. And you can see you didn't see any gap whatsoever. So we've now got a rigid, which we didn't have to drill the cuff for, but we've got the option to should we want to. Right, 19R, or as the bondage engineer calls it, the 219R. Very well done. In the next video we'll see how well I can escape out of it, and we'll try and do both versions. But what I think I'll do instead is I'll put this cover, version 2.5, on this one and discard the 2.1 because I've already got these holes drilled, and so I'll have all 7 screws in, unless of course another version comes out with these filled in. But yeah, until then, stay safe and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.